Hey you, yes you. Thinking about getting into IT? Or already in IT, but feeling stuck? Then don't skip this video. Seriously. Because in the next few minutes, you're going to understand how real IT systems work, how companies actually run their infrastructure, and how you can be part of it. Exam. No complicated jargon. No. This is real-world IT. With systems that handle millions of users, technologies used by top companies. And the best part? You don't need 10 years of experience to start learning this. To FR. For someone trying to switch careers. This video is for you. We're not just learning. We're going to have some fun too. Because IT is not boring. It's actually one of the most exciting careers out there. So sit back, relax, and trust me, by the end of this video, you'll see IT in a completely different way. System Administrator L3, Enterprise Architecture, Automation and Critical Incident Engineering. System Administrator L3 is not just a support engineer, they are problem solvers at the highest level. Explain. L1 equals basic support. L2 equals advanced troubleshooting. L3 equals engineering plus architecture plus root cause elimination. Real example. Entire application down across regions, L3 leads resolution. Let's step into the real world of Fortune 300 companies, where systems don't run in just one location, they run across the entire globe. Imagine this. A company has its primary data center in the United States, handling all live users and applications. At the same time, it maintains a disaster recovery site in India and a backup data center in Europe. Why so many locations? Because downtime is not an option. If a server fails in the US, users should not even notice it. This is where high availability systems come into play. Traffic is continuously monitored and controlled by load balancers. These smart systems distribute user requests across multiple servers, so no single server is overloaded. Now let's talk about failover. If the primary US server goes down due to hardware failure or a cyber attack, the system will instantly switch to the India DR site. This switch happens automatically, within seconds. Users continue working, business continues running, no interruption. That is the power of failover. Next concept, redundancy. In enterprise environments, nothing runs on a single system. Every critical component, servers, databases, networks, has a backup. Think of it like this. Not one engine, but multiple engines running together. Even if one fails, others keep everything alive. That's redundancy. Now, let's understand disaster recovery, also called DR. Imagine a real-world scenario. A natural disaster hits the primary data center, like a fire, flood, or earthquake. What happens then? The entire system is restored from the DR site. In our example, India. All applications, databases, and services are brought back online using backup data. This process ensures business continuity, even during major disasters. And finally, the most important goal of all this architecture. Zero downtime. Users should never experience service interruptions. Whether it's banking, healthcare, or e-commerce, systems must be available 24/7. That's why companies invest in hybrid cloud environments, combining platforms like AWS, Azure, and on-premise data centers. This gives flexibility, scalability, and maximum reliability. So remember, global companies don't depend on one server or one location. They build intelligent, distributed systems across continents to ensure performance, reliability, and continuous availability. This is real-world IT architecture. Advanced server infrastructure. Now, let's move into the heart of enterprise IT. Advanced server infrastructure. This is where companies move from basic setups to powerful, intelligent, and highly reliable systems. We are talking about environments that support millions of users, 24/7, without failure. Let's break this down step by step. Windows Server and Linux enterprise systems. In real corporate environments, You will never see just one type of server. You'll see a combination of Windows Server environments, used for Active Directory, user authentication, file servers, enterprise apps. Linux enterprise systems, used for web servers, databases, high-performance applications. For example, a banking company might use Windows Server for user login, domain control, and policies. Linux servers for running their online banking application. Why Linux? Because it's stable, secure, and highly customizable. Why Windows? Because it integrates perfectly with enterprise tools and user management. This combination is called a hybrid server environment. Real-world example. Banking system. Let's take a real-world scenario. A bank like SSI or HDFC. Thousands of users are logging in every second, checking balances, transferring money, paying bills. Now imagine, if the server goes down for even 2 minutes, transactions fail, customers panic, company loses trust, and millions of rupees. So what do? They build clustered servers. Clustering. Failover cluster. Clustering means multiple servers working together as one system. Let's simplify this. You have Server 1, primary, Server 2, secondary. Both are connected, synchronized, constantly sharing data. Now, if Server 1 crashes, Server 2 immediately takes over. No manual action. No delay. No downtime. This is called failover clustering. Real-world example: hospital system. Think about a hospital. Doctors accessing patient records. Emergency surgeries happening. Now imagine. System goes down during surgery. That's life-threatening. So hospitals use failover clusters. Backup servers. Real-time data replication. Even if one server fails, another takes over instantly. Patient data is always available. Load balancing. Traffic distribution. Now let's talk about something even more powerful. Load balancing. Imagine a popular e-commerce website. During a sale, lakhs of users are visiting at the same time. If all traffic goes to one server, it will crash. So instead, we use a load balancer. How load balancing works. A load balancer sits in front of multiple servers. When users send requests, the load balancer distributes them like this. User 1 server A. User 2 server B. User 3 server C. Traffic is evenly distributed. No overload. No crash. Better performance. Real-world example. E-commerce. Amazon Flipkart style. Let's say a big billion-day sale or Amazon Great Indian Festival is live. Millions of users are browsing products, adding to cart, making payments. Behind the scenes, there are 100+ web servers, multiple database servers, load balancers managing traffic. If one server fails, load balancer removes it automatically. Traffic is redirected to healthy servers. User never notices. That's the goal. Tools used in real world. Now let's talk tools. In real companies, you'll work with Windows Server 2022 for Active Directory, Group Policy, Enterprise Services. RHEL, Red Hat Enterprise Linux. For critical applications, databases, back-end systems, HA Proxy and Jinx. For load balancing and reverse proxy. These are industry-standard tools. Used in startups, MNCs, cloud, everywhere. Real-world example. Streaming platforms. Think about Netflix or Hotstar. When a new movie releases, millions of users start streaming at the same time. If infrastructure is weak, you'll see buffering, crashes, login failures. But in reality, they use load balancing, auto-scaling servers, distributed infrastructure. So video plays smoothly. No interruption. Combining clustering plus load balancing. Here's where things become powerful. In real enterprise setups, we don't use just clustering or just load balancing. We use both together. Flow looks like this. User, load balancer, multiple servers, clustered. So, load balancer distributes traffic, cluster ensures failover. Double protection. High performance plus high availability. Small blue diamond. Real-world example number 5. Payment gateways. Think about UPI, PhonePe, Google Pay. Every second, thousands of transactions are happening. Money is moving. No mistakes allowed. If system fails, transactions get stuck. Users lose trust. So companies use failover clusters, redundant servers, load balancers, real-time monitoring. Everything is designed for zero failure. Alright, we've come to the end of this session. But honestly, this is just the beginning of your IT journey. Let me tell you something very important. The concepts you learned today: servers, load balancing, clustering, enterprise architecture. These are not just topics. These are real skills that companies are hiring for right now. Whether it's not hospitals, econ CSR. Every organization today depends on IT infrastructure. And that means up. Now you might be thinking, can I really get a job in this field? Teach. Yes, 100%. But here's the truth. Not by just watching videos, but by learning, practicing, and applying. Start small. Learn. Down Windows Server that. Then slowly move to Active Directory server management troubleshooting. And then, you're ready for L1 system administrator roles. And once you enter IT, that's where the real fun begins. Let me give you a glimpse of your future. Real company servers, user issues, network troubleshooting, system monitoring. At first, it may feel challenging. But trust me, every problem you solve builds your confidence. Then comes the next level. L2, L3. Now you're handling critical systems with production issues, high-level troubleshooting. And one day, you'll be the person who designs the entire infrastructure. That's growth. That's real career progress. And let's talk about something exciting. The IT lifestyle. Teach. Every day is different. New issues, new challenges, new learning. And yes, there are perks. Good salary, growth, job posts, global opportunities, work with international teams. Maybe today, you're watching this from home. But tomorrow, you could be working for a US company or a global MNC. But remember one thing. Consistency beats everything. Even if you learn 1 hour daily, in 6 months. And don't focus on your journey. And most importantly, because IT is not just about work. It's about solving problems, thinking logically, building systems, creating impact. So don't just learn. Explore. That's how real engineers are made. And before we close, if this video helped you, Mom, like, comment, son, because we're just getting started.